morning. Hi. I'm Debbie Millman, and I'm the host of Design Matters and also the chair of the Masters in Branding program at the School of Visual Arts and your host for the morning. And I'm really, really excited to be here for what is the best named symposia, Branding with Clients. Yeah, I didn't do that. But before we get started, there's a couple of personal announcements I'd like to make. First, the young woman that was up here just before I took the stage is a woman named Lily Smith, and she works at AIGA, and today's her 3rd anniversary. And so I thought we'd all say happy anniversary, Lily. 1, 2, 3. Happy anniversary, Lily. And this is going to get us up this morning. We have a brand master in the audience, and today is her birthday. It is Alina Wheeler's birthday. Alina Wheeler is, of course, the author of a book we've all grown up with and lived with and have used as our brand Bible, Designing Brand Identity. It's just come out in its 5th edition. 5th edition. A book on branding in its 5th edition. Somewhere, Paul Rand is crying. So let's sing happy birthday to Alina. Alina, stand up, say hello. Alina Wheeler. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alina. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Okay, let's get this show started. So this is the 4th year that I'm doing the Brand Symposium at AIGA's conference, and I wanted to do something really special this year. I wanted to try to convince AIGA to let me bring both agencies and clients to the stage to talk about what it's really, really like to collaborate on a big brand initiative. And so they let me, but they only let me because of the generosity of HP, because to bring twice as many people to a symposium is twice as expensive with hotels and flights and all of that. So if it weren't for HP, we wouldn't be able to do this. We have 4 client agency pairs, which I'm ridiculously excited about. And the person that helped make this happen is Jacob Seamus, who runs the HP graphics innovation team. And he's going to come up in a second to talk a little bit about what they're doing. But before he comes up, I just want to say thank you to HP and to Jacob for really being able to facilitate what I think is going to be a really robust morning full of conversations and communication about what it's really like to work to make big changes in branding. So Jacob, would you please come and take the stage?
Morning, everyone. Wow, I'm really excited to be here, really excited. I think I had 5 or 6 cups of coffee just to get ready, so if I'm a little bit jittery, please. So, as Debbie said, my name is Jacob Seamus, and I'm the head of the innovation team for HP Graphic Solution Business. And we're really excited to sponsor this. We really think that it's a great session, and the content is really phenomenal, so we're excited to be here. And we're also excited to be here to share for the first time the news about the HP and AIGA agreement for next year. I'll talk more about this, but it's an amazing partnership, and we're just looking forward to all the things we can do. But the first thing I want to talk about is print, or basically the reinvention of print. So I have a fun video for you guys.
The future of printing really isn't about printers. It's about reinventing the process of printing, about the process of sharing information.
A lot of people think it's just a commodity if you think about a printer that just prints, but it's so much more than that these days. There are solutions that allow you to interact with the cloud, that allows you to scan documents and move them electronically, that actually make that printer fit within a broader ecosystem.
Maybe ink's involved, maybe it's not. It's really about transferring those ideas and content on terms that people want.
What can we do with the imaging algorithms that we develop that could meet a customer need, that could solve a customer problem?
You'd need many, many, many general processors to keep up with the data and to deliver on the features that our single ASIC can.
We have highly specialized equipment from electron microscopes to X-rays to gas and liquid chromatographs.
Allowing faster print, a greater color gamut, and providing additional durability.
You have industrial designers, you have engineers. We're literally working with rocket scientists.
The vision is that it just works, making it easy, making it secure, making it fast. It will automatically make the best settings for the customer.
Personalized packaging can enable a whole different set of opportunities for our customers. When you scan your phone over that printed box, it will share an experience with you that's individual to you.
Posters, wallpaper, building wraps, amazing image quality for large format.
There's over 200,000 nozzles in page-wide XL, so it really enables the speed that customers want.
I'm a maker. I love to invent. I love to create. Whether it's two-dimensional printing or 3D printing, it's really all about making and sharing.
The way that we're doing 3D is bringing together all the expertise that we have. We're taking the same print heads. We can use that in a 3D printer.
Whether it's from making sure our products will work on the power grid around the planet, or whether new technology is bringing capabilities that has never before been seen, we enable our customers to increase their productivity and their creativity.
We're reinventing our world so you can reinvent yours.
So before I start, I have a quick question for you guys. Raise your hand if you design for print. Awesome, 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 awesome. But as you say, print kind of like is not just a platform to carry information from one point to, second to the other point. It's a way to really create emotions. It's a way to kind of like, connect to the recipient. You touch something. It's something real. So really, we're kind of like trying to help or showcase how to reinvent print. And our goal with the AIGA partnership is really kind of like build the awareness to where print is shifting. Digital print basically today transformed the way that print is being done. Have it be from technologies like raised print, embossing, and whatnot, really kind of like taking print to the next level. And our partnership with AIGA is all about kind of like trying to help, build awareness and educate you guys to that change. So in the next year, we'll be launching a series of different webinars of how to design digital print, how to leverage all these new technologies that you've seen in the video. We'll be having innovation days in our innovation lab in Atlanta that we will be bringing agencies, brands, designers to kind of like learn better and see how these things are changing. And last but not least, we'll be working closely with the chapters, really kind of like, send our resources, our teams to the chapters, and working closely and locally with you guys on how to reinvent print. So, for us, we're excited, and we're here to kind of like help you reinvent print. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jacob, for helping us make this happen. So this morning's symposium is going to feature 4 client agency pairs. They're each going to be talking for about 20 minutes or so with a case study that they're going to show you. And then I'm going to come up and ask them some questions. We'll have about a 10-minute Q&A. So we have 2 presentations and then a break. But the break is a really, really long break, and there's not that many snacks. So what I thought we could do, because I think it's really important that you're able to also ask questions, we've asked the agency side of the pairs to come back up on stage during the break, part of the break. We'll give them a little bit of a chance to relax as well for about 20 minutes immediately after the second speaker to answer your questions. So it'll be Brian, Tosh, Mike, and Brian? And Bobby, of course, Bobby. So they'll come back up on stage, and then you'll have an opportunity to ask your own questions, not specifically about the projects, because they're going to be talking about the projects, and they're giving you basically all the information they can, but just about branding in general. So for anybody that wants to stay, we'll ask you to come to the front, and then the 4 gentlemen will come up on stage. Now, for anybody that might be asking me or thinking to themselves, 4 guys? Really, Debbie? last year when I ran this symposium, we had 4 women. So I thought it was about time to give sort of some equal opportunity here. The other thing is 3 out of the 4 clients are female. So yeah, the future is female, and so is the branding business. So branding has changed quite a lot over the last 160 years. The U.S. Trademarks Registration Act went into effect 160 years ago, and I kind of see that as the moment that modern brands began. And at that time, a brand was essentially the sort of paramount representation of a construct created by a manufacturer of things: soap, soda, sneakers, French fries, condoms, cars, so forth. And initially, most brands that were created 160 years ago were created by people whose values were very much represented in the products that they invented. There was a Mr. Kellogg's, there was a Mr. Procter, a Mr. Gamble, there was the Johnson Brothers. But over the last couple of years, last couple of decades, things have changed. At that time, these brands were the ultimate in meaning manufacture. Rob Walker wrote the introduction to one of my books about branding and started the foreword by stating that brands don't really exist. We create a reality around this set of symbols that allow us to understand that specific construct. And as these brands that we've grown up with have grown as well, they were expected to do a couple of things. They were expected to provide a return on the investment. You know, these manufacturers invested money in these products that they then brought to market and assumed that they would make money. If they didn't make money, they were taken off the shelf. I often joke now that somebody out there must really love peach-flavored powdered iced tea because it continues being sold. People don't altruistically put brands on shelves and hope that people will buy them, and if they don't, they just keep them there because they really like them that much. The brands that are on the shelves are there because people buy them, and they continue to be there because people buy them. Things have changed, but they haven't changed in the last 10 years as much as they've changed in the last 2 years. And this gives me great hope, and I'm going to tell you why. All through the 90s, via technology, we heard about how design had become democratized. And in many ways it has. Anybody can create something via the use of technology. Now, whether that's good or bad is something we can discuss at conferences like this. But branding hasn't become democratized until very recently. Branding was expected to have shareholder value, a positive P&L. It expected to have a strong marketplace position. And if it didn't, it stopped existing. But in the last 2 years, branding has become democratized. Branding is now signifying values, missions, and movements. And this first began really, really powerfully after the terrorism in Nice, where we saw the logo that was created by the mashup of the peace sign and the Eiffel Tower. And then we saw Black Lives Matter, the hashtag. And now, this year, I think we've witnessed the most powerful brand launch as far as I can remember. There has not been a brand launch as fast, as recognizable, and as successful as the Pink Pussy Hat. Launched earlier in the year, it has a recognizable color, it has a recognizable shape. People are wearing it to signify their beliefs, sort of the way we used to wear the white earbuds, the I know that you know that I know that you know, back in the early aughts, that we were sort of the adopters of change and we were the cool ones. Now, the Pink Pussy Hat and brands like that are signifying what we believe and what we will stand for and what we won't. And so I think that branding has gone from being meaning manufacture to a profound manifestation of the human spirit. And that is what I think is the most powerful thing that brands can do. They can bring us together and force change. It's no longer about shareholder value or solely about shareholder value or a positive P&L or about a return on investment. It's about change. And this makes me really excited about where this discipline is going and what we, as the makers and the markers, can do with that discipline. So I think you're going to see some really powerful case studies this morning with brand consultants and brand makers that are trying to do something positive in the world and also do something that features some really kick-ass creative.